Ohio State, is that the best roster money can buy?
They've essentially pushed all their chips to the center of the table.
Will Howard, it's a great fit.
It's a new opportunity, it's a new challenge, and it's kind of lit a new spark in me.
I just go insane, I'm in my own lane. I'm at the top of my game.
Number 3 Oregon, number 2 Ohio State.
7 lead changes with a 1-point game.
A lot of time coming off. Howard's going to run for it. Time runs out, and that'll do it.
I hope it lights a little fire under us, man, because I still got all the belief in the world in this team.
4th down and goal at the 1. Incomplete! Ohio State holds once again.
Time to go on a run.
Caleb Downs with an 80-yard punt return. And the Ohio State Buckeyes have handed Indiana its first blemish of the season.
Ohio State, Michigan, the game. Will Howard throws his second pick, and he hooked it. No good. Wow.
Wolverines have stunned the college football world.
When it's all said and done, the pressure is on Ryan Day now to win a national title.
Can Will Howard bounce back? Downfield shot. Ohio State strikes first. Touchdown, Ohio State. They're 3 for 3.
This defense, man, they are playing with some energy.
The Buckeyes can begin planning for Pasadena and a rematch with the Ducks. Smith roaming free, breaks a tackle. Ohio State strikes quickly. Smith is wide open, too easy. He's a prodigy. They're carving up a Ducks defense that was pretty elite. Ohio State overwhelming today. The Scarlet and Gray redemption tour arrives in Texas for the semifinals with serious steam.
The Buckeyes, just one of 4 teams remaining in the bid for a national championship, and it is Ohio State with the shortest odds amongst that quartet, sitting at even money. After that, Notre Dame, second closest at plus 325, followed by Texas at 4-1, Penn State at plus 475. In the semis, Buckeyes are favored by 6, and the Irish are favored by 2.
All right, say hello to Pam Maldonado as we bring in some outside consultation for the 2 biggest college football games of the year. Pam, Cotton Bowl. Ohio State opens 4.5, immediately bet up to -6. Now, normally, when we watch a drubbing like Ohio State put on Oregon, people like us start to think, let's sell high on what we just saw. There's going to be a market overreaction. But given what we've seen from Ohio State over the last few weeks, is it possible you're willing to step in front of that freight train?
Yeah, this is not a sell high spot. The Buckeyes -6 against Texas for me because Ohio State's performance is not an overreaction, but instead it's a reflection of their true potential. Offensive firepower, an elite defense that's allowed the fewest touchdowns in the country. So instead, Ohio State is actually just peaking at the right time. Whereas for the Longhorns, we've seen back-to-back games vulnerabilities. Clemson quarterback Cade Klubnik balled out against the Longhorns, 336 passing yards, 3 scores. What do you think Ohio State is going to do? Plus, we saw Texas escape Arizona State in double overtime and struggled in late-game management. There's actually a really good chance that the Buckeyes roll. Not an overreaction. We have yet to see the best version of Ohio State yet.
You see, that's an excellent point because you're not going to be able to have a lot of errors if you're going to beat the Buckeyes or try to cover 6. Watching Texas in that matchup against Clemson, they lead 31-10. Suddenly it's 31-24. Against Arizona State, they're up 17-3. Suddenly we're in double overtime. I wonder if Texas doesn't complete 4th and 13 to go on to win that game, and then we set a hypothetical spread with them having lost to Arizona State, what would the number be? I think it'd be a touchdown or higher. So I'm with you. Ohio State first half, Ohio State game, that's what I'm looking at right now. Elsewhere in the Orange Bowl, it's Penn State and Notre Dame. Notre Dame opens -1. We've seen them bet up as high as -2. Total sitting right around 46.5. Penn State gets 2 extra days of prep to get ready for this game. How does that factor into your handicap here?
Minimal impact for me. 2 days is relatively small difference in rest time for a game of this magnitude. Instead, we have both teams who've had over a week to prepare and recover since their quarterfinal games, which is why I like Penn State on the money line at +110. Notre Dame struggled against Georgia. The score is going to say one thing, but look at the information. Running back Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price, both of them were largely contained in this matchup against the Bulldogs, combining for only 56 yards on 16 carries. Quarterback Riley Leonard, he did a stellar job in this matchup, but he had to carry a lot of the offensive load on his own, both through the air and on the ground. Notre Dame's best offensive production was from a short field created by a turnover and a kickoff return for a touchdown. Penn State has a more healthy, more experienced offense than Georgia had in this game, and just as stout of a defense. So I do like Penn State, but I do have to also say, I don't love it as much as I love Ohio State.
All right, help me out with something here because I've been looking at the under in this one. It opened as high as 48.5 at some shops. We now see it down at 45.5. The thing that stands out to me with Penn State, a little bit of recency bias in my opinion. We've seen them in their last 3 games roll up 35 points a game against Oregon, against SMU, and against Boise State, right? Those are not Notre Dame caliber defenses right there. Irish ranked top 4 in both scoring defense and opponent yards per play. So what do we make of this Penn State offense coming into this matchup?
I would lean to the under, and I don't have a strong feel because I feel like it's a perfect line. This could be like a 27-20 type of matchup. Both of these defenses is the big playmaker from both sides for Penn State and for Notre Dame. So if I had to pick a side, I'm going to pick with the under. Both of them are run-heavy offenses with solid pass rushes. Lean under would be my play. Don't love it.
For those who are keeping an eye on this, the injury to Penn State pass rusher Abdul Carter looms large. We're all going to be tracking that throughout the course of the week. Pam, excellent stuff.
How much?